That nigga garbage.
Play the fuck up, bro. I'm sitting here streaming and shit, thinking I got the shit fucking going, and I ain't even got the shit. That's what the shit that pissing me off, right? And I'm finna go on like a random rant, which is so dumb. Because you got like certain stream keys or whatever that go to certain channels. And so if I don't have this fucking shit up, I could be on the den, right? I could be on the fucking den and fucking doing something completely different, like not even on this channel, and accidentally had a wrong stream key in, and the fucking shit'll just start up, right? The shit'll just start up, and people are like, oh, Honcho, you in the sauce. But I could be on the fucking sauce, and the shit won't do it until I click the little stupid fucking blue button that says go live. Like, I don't fucking stand it. It blows my mind, because I thought I was live the whole time. I'm talking and shit, and then I realized I didn't click the fucking button. And so now it looks like I'm late. I was actually on time. And I've been like, this has been a thing to be on fucking time. Like something I've been actively working on. With this stupid fucking button. Again, I don't understand it. Same stream crease, same everything. If I want to den, accidentally do it, it'll just boot right up. It'll fucking go to the shit. But if I'm on the actual channel that I want to be on, the shit will not fucking do it. I do not understand it. You would think that it wouldn't activate when I'm in the fucking den. But for some reason it does. It'll start streaming to the shit. But when I'm actually on the fucking channel, it does not fucking do. It blows my mind. I don't get it. Anyway, there's that. Son of a bitch. I'm just like looking at shit like, what the fuck? Why is it not cooperating? I'm like, the shit been streaming. And I'm looking, it's like for 7 minutes. I'm like, okay, guess ain't nobody rocking today. And then I look to see that I have. Congratulations. I played myself. Anyway, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the Sauce Sport. Welcome to Sauce Sports. If you're not familiar with Sauce Sports, it's Houston, Texas, not Texans, Houston, Texas, as you can see in the background. Houston, Texas, Homer Network. We're talking all sports, but only Houston. Yeah, I'm your host, Ed Honcho. I'm glad that you could be here. I'm glad that I can be here. Every day above ground is a good day, so I hope all of y'all are doing well. And like I said, man, I just be getting in like right before the fucking stream. And I'm mad because I really have been like really working on that. I'm like, I'm be on time, make it shake, whatever it takes. And I'm just sitting here talking like an asshole to the wrong fucking screen, piece of shit. Anyway, so we'll talk a little bit. We're gonna open up the lines. We're gonna do it, original flavor style. I don't even got my fucking. I don't know what my backpack is with my shit in it. I use my notebooks. I'm out of whack. So I don't even want to use that. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Anyway, so we'll see what we got joining us. Y'all know how we do it, the Sauce Nation roll call, man. Hey, look, Jack. If you are in the greater Houston area, shout out your side with pride wherever you may be. If you're not in the greater Houston area, well, ain't shit I can do for you, Chief. Just keep watching. I'm just fucking with you. I'll send a little bit of digital love in your direction wherever you may be. All you got to do is let me know where you at. So again, that's your hood, set, block, avenue, cul-de-sac, street, circle. You know what I'm saying? Whatever side of town you represent, whatever military ranking you represent. When you might be your class rank, whatever. However you identify, however you get down with to get down. But with that being said, let's see what we got in here. And then I may have to take a small pause to go grab my fucking notebooks. I'm trying to keep shit organized like a motherfucker. Street Runners, what's the motherfucking deal? Footballer 5031, Cabos, Frankie at H-Town. If you ain't following Frankie at H-Town on the ground, you don't like to be entertained, asshole. Tony Snow, don't do no blow. What's the motherfucking deal? H-Town Sports, Juice World. Let's see, Rio, a.k.a. Riot, a.k.a. AK. See what I did there? Trinity Gardens in the building. Shout out to Jay Boogie. What's the motherfucking deal? D. Pritch, if you're not following Texas Palace. For all your Instagram Texan news, well, you're not just an asshole. You're a Texans hating asshole. So how about that? Yeah, I said it. Shout out to D. Pritch. Nathan Ayers, what's the motherfucking deal? Bill goddamn. Bill O'Brien was in the den last night. What the hell was that motherfucker doing in there? Up to no good. Causing havoc and running the ball. Austin, Texas in the building. Dirty Bay, Baytown in the building. Alabama. Organic. What's the motherfucking deal? Houston Textile SWAT in the building. Shout out to Asmel. What's the motherfucking deal? Jabari Mayo. What's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Let me see. Nathan, I don't know if I missed you. If I did, I ain't mean to dish you, but if I didn't, you get a double shout out. North Central via San Antonio, San Austin, Austintonio. Bartender here, what's the motherfucking deal? Brian, Bodie. Hey, look, we let you go. Just leave us alone, gosh darn it. Robbie Villanueva, what's the motherfucking deal? And shout out to Zero Tux Giving, that Katie gang. Already. I don't know anything about soccer. Mbappe in Madrid. What are you talking about? All right, so give me un segundo, por favor. Right, that's Texpanol. I'll grab my notebook real quick, my notepad, because I say I got to keep things organized. Give me 42 seconds, okay? If I take longer than 42 seconds, then wait 45 seconds. If I take longer than that, just wait a couple more seconds. I'll be like right back. I promise. Just give me just... All right, how long was that? Anybody keep count? If you did, you're a real live asshole. You'd be that petty to really keep track of the seconds, even though I said to do it. All right, bet that. Juice World from the Katy too. Do any of y'all ever go to Katy Asian Town? If you're in the Katy area, does anybody ever go to Katy Asian Town? It's like my favorite place in Katy. Maybe not second favorite place. All right, let's get this shit cracking. I don't know, these are notes for the Den. The Den should be pretty interesting tonight. If you like to have alternative conversations about everything but sports, make sure you slide in the Den. Shout out to Garrick Jones, man. That man is doing big things. If you're not paying attention to what Mr. Garrick Jones is doing, well, you are sleeping. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Y'all better stay tuned. Mark my motherfucking words. How's the play? All right. There's absolutely nothing on this notepad. I just want it so I can write down things. I want to start keeping better track so that way, we have great moments in the sauce. We can always come back to them and share them with one another. All right. So let's get into it, right? Texans, do they have some hidden gems on the roster? Like, are there some secret things going on within this Texans franchise? I won't even say secret. Some things that maybe we originally slept on coming to this Texans franchise that maybe, just maybe, might be better than we thought. Right? We talked about Kahale, and apparently we thought he was cut, but I guess he asked for his release. Wonder what that's all about, right? I don't know the finer details of that. Don't really care, right? Because, if you haven't outshined anybody, if you haven't moved to the forefront of the pack in what, 3 years now? Shit. I don't know what to tell you, man. Hope you find success elsewhere. But obviously, it wasn't shaking in a Texans uniform. Shout out to Broderick. I don't know why I'm shouting out Broderick, but, that's my good deed of the day. I won't do it again. And then, who was it? John Reed. And I have to give Casario credit, right? Because he got something. You might like a 7th rounder, Honcho. What the fuck are we going to do with a 7th round? I know 7th rounder doesn't sound appealing, but you weren't going to get anything for him anyway. come on, we saw how badly he was getting burnt all camp long. I'm surprised anybody was willing to offer any assets. I'm surprised anybody was willing to offer a parking pass, pay for a flight, anything. But hey, there you have it. So it's the small things sometimes that count. Maybe that 7-rounder comes back and just putting a package with something that becomes something maybe more beneficial in the future. I'm not saying it will, right? I'm trying to be a more upbeat, look at the brighter side, right, of things. Not saying that there isn't a dark side of things, but just looking more at the brighter side of things. Nico, and I'm not sure what was the deal with Nico, because I know he didn't play last game. And so I don't know, was it a we're just going to hold you out type thing, or was it an injury type deal? I don't know the situation with that. He's hurt? Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. And who is the dude? Who is, like, look, I'm telling you, it's 5:30 in the morning to 6:30. I get in, I have a small amount of time. We rocking the sauce. As soon as I get out the sauce, I have a small amount of time. We rocking it in. So forgive me if I'm not spending my entirety of my day being informed on some of these things. But who is Il Uller? Who is the fake Will Fuller? Who is that nigga? Like, what is his name? Because I don't know it, right? But I keep seeing it, and I get flashbacks, and I expect him to pull up with a hamstring injury at any given moment. But Chris Moore, okay, all right. Okay. Nico should be good to go. All right, excellent. He's made a couple little plays, right? And that's what I was saying yesterday, that I saw Mills make a good throw to him, and he made a good throw to I want to say Kiki right after that, right? So there we go with that. Ultimately, though, when I say hidden gems, and when I say these things, I say, is the scheme making certain Texas players look better? I am speaking about the defense, because I think our offense has a long way to go. I think parts of the running game are ahead of the passing game. But, like I say, again, you're talking about starters. We're talking about, are they really competing? Is the preseason? Are guys really going all out? So, like I say, I still have a lot of questions. We'll see a significant amount of time, hopefully, from the starters in the Tampa Bay game. And you're talking about going against the GOAT, right? And, that guy's always competitive. So, is he going to get out there and perform? Is he going to carve us up? We're going to see some real competition. It's going to be very interesting to see. So, I want to know your thoughts. Let's see y'all saying Money Mills. Money Mills. I saw Trevor Lawrence did not have the best of times. Charlie Heck, what the heck are you talking about? He regressed to the mean. First game, cool. Second game, looking more like Charlie Hell. Then, like I say, Nico is a guy that I'm like, so I definitely want to see him, against Tampa Bay. Again, a week off, especially as a rookie, you need every snap you can get. I refuse to call him Money Mills, too. You don't think he'll play? Okay, well, even if that one series, I would like to see it. Yeah, Brady is an old nigga, and I was kind of curious about how much time he would get. But, what more experience does he need, right? Speaking of Brady, I did not realize how many people didn't know that Sugar Land in the building already. I didn't realize how many people didn't know that that video was fake. Like, it wasn't obvious that he did early in the season. Davis Mills is not Money Mills. Davis Mills is General Mills, right? Cereal, okay? Until proven otherwise. I don't know who makes, does General Mills make Cheerios? Right now he might be Cheerios, you feel me? Until I figure out a better General Mills brand cereal for him. Until then, he has a lot to prove in my book. But again, at the same time, I don't put him in this page where he's got to be, so he's a third-round pick. Again, it's fucked up because timing and situations can make players look better or worse than they really are, right? And what I mean by that is he came in at a time when you're going from Deshaun Watson, the Deshaun debacle, WD-40, or WD-40, whatever, anyway. And then, there's just such a huge gap in talent, and then you're that next draft pick. right? And now we're not going to make correlations to goddamn General Mills to Money Mills. We're not going to do that, Rio. And so I don't want to come out and just be shitting on the dude. And I'm gonna be honest, like most of my responses probably because of those Texans fans you come across and just swear up and down every move is just it's the most to make General Mills gonna be, dude. He's gonna be so good. He's gonna be the next Andrew Luck. What did Andrew Luck really do, right? Like what? If we're talking about the grand scheme of things, all right, we're talking about the grand scheme. What did Andrew Luck really do in his career, right? As talented as he was, again, he wasn't always in the best situation. We talk about lines, we talk about all other good stuff. But ultimately, what happened, right? You know what I'm saying? So, we're two-time savages. And so that's my thing. It's just like, you get these players, and I guess my beef, and I'm not speaking on y'all, Sauce Nation. Y'all know it. If y'all fucking with the sauce, and y'all been here for any extended amount of time, y'all already know how we rocking. Y'all know my line of thinking, y'all know Roundtable's line of thinking, and we don't always agree on shit. And that's not what it's not meant to be where we all agree with everything. But it's just like having some type of foundation in your belief. No matter how cracked your foundation might be, it's just those fans that come out and say, because I feel it. Feelings are for females, damn it. Like I expect to hear that from women. Well, my feelings say that we're just gonna win it all. I just feel it. I just feel it in my bones. Like if you're a dude and you fucking we're having this conversation, I just feel like, oh man, stop fucking talking. We gotta if you're a dude, you should have some foundation. Well, you know, this is why I see, you know, compared to this, that, and the third, or because of this background, whatever. At least a little bit. And it could be the most ridiculous shit. We've had people have some ridiculous ass beliefs in here, and it's okay. Just don't come in here with your fucking feelings. And that's how most Texans fans, a lot of male Texans fans operate. My feelings say that, you know, I just think we're gonna. Like, I don't want to hear that shit, man. Like, come on, bro. But the white voices. Kenneth, what's the motherfucking deal? So I would love to see the dude really like to develop and be good. I would love to be wrong. I just think that the dude was put in a fucked up situation, and you know, it's just like, I've never heard of that name ever before. I've never heard of that name ever. But you know, like I said, it's just like, come on, bro. It's that's all I ask. But I don't think he's a gem. I like I said, I think we've seen a little bit of Lopez, and I think that might be one of the steals of this draft. I'm tell you, I don't have my Discord notifications on, so I have to let me see what you're talking about here. Let me see what kind of shenanigans you're speaking of. Okay. All right. If we're talking General Mills here, he's definitely Cheerios. He's Cheerios, maybe Kicks. All right. And I'm not talking about like the good Cheerios, like with the oats and shit up in there. He might be Rice Chex. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of plain Jane right now. But I'm rocking with Roy Lopez. I like him. We've seen a little bit more out of him. Again, because he's been here longer. You know what I mean? I'd like to see some consistency. It was another name I had in mind that I said, and we've seen Lonnie make a play or two, right? Not necessarily his forte. So I'm asking, is the scheme making these defensive players look better? And again, you know, it's the scheme, not the team. Are they in a better position? You know, did they get kind of fucked over in prior regimes, right? Did we actually have a defensive coordinator who can see talent and say, okay, let's put these guys in positions to maximize their potential, right? He don't have to earn the name General Mills. That nigga might be King Vitamin right now. But Monsoon, that's a bold statement. And the way I'm kind of the way I'm kind of feeling is you might be right with this whole Deshaun debacle. I ain't got the poll on. Let's do a quick poll. You know, 0 for no, 1 for yes. With this whole thing going on with Deshaun, It's actually pretty simple. Let me do it like this. At this point, with your feelings, knowing everything that you know right now, especially with Deshaun and historically and the likelihood of what's going to happen, who is the best quarterback in Texans history? 0 for Matt Schaub, 1 for Deshaun. And that's what I want to know right now. I want to know your current feelings. And then aside from that, like I said, I don't want to talk too much. I do want to start opening up the line. I do want to start getting back to the point where we have the Sauceline every day, whether it's a call or two, or if we can get a bunch of calls in, whatever it rocks. Oh, shit. Oh, man. It doesn't look like it is. It is close. What were the parentheses on it? I was expecting to see a little bit more diversity in the answer, but I guess not. Oh shit, Brother Brooks on the throne. Bathroom Brooks ready to call in, man. So we gonna get Bathroom Brooks on the line here shortly. But the other thing I wanted to get into, right, is let's talk about Easterby, right? I kind of briefly mentioned him yesterday, right? Is the Easterby influence, in your opinion, is it overhyped? Is it real? Does he really have a grip on Cal, therefore having a grip on this organization? Do you think this is media hype? Do you think, that there's really questions about his integrity, about the way he's operating, how he moved from chaplain to damn near chairman? That's what, I like alliteration, all that good shit. But to VP of football operations, when you've heard other organizations, you've heard people say, I didn't even know this guy was here, or this guy doesn't know personnel, or he shouldn't have, any influence. And you see this guy making real decisions when it comes to the team, right? So that's my thing. You think only until Nick was hired, you think Nick is really running the show now? Because you see this guy on the sideline, you see this guy. We talked about the play sheet. Like, this is little odd behaviors. We talked about him at the Cully press conference, sitting in the back. These are not normal things that you see happening with, the VP of football operations? How do you go from chaplain to the VP of football operations so quickly, right? Right? But then again, exactly, football, you have to take that into mind. You had a guy like Andre, right? A guy like Andre Johnson, in my opinion, greatest Texan of all time. I know a lot of people feel JJ. That's cool. That's cool if that's your choice. I'm an Andre Johnson guy. It's always going to be 80. And he said some things to the point where we know Andre Johnson doesn't say very much, right? Doesn't say a whole lot. But the fact that he came out and said something, and then you had like clown ass people, maybe one that y'all referred to earlier that I've never heard of, talking about, I lost respect for Andre because he said certain things. If anybody would know, if anybody had a vested interest and wanted to see the Texans be great, especially if any player, any athlete, who would it be? Who would it be? Right? They say this dude was scared of O'Brien. He said I was behind the curtain. Let's see. Calling our older Tommy boy. Oh man, it's terrible. But I think that's a hilarious name though. But we know how this. I've told y'all for a long time. I haven't quite seen the change, even though I'm trying to be a bit more upbeat about it. That I've always said this is a communist regime. You see how they try to handle the media with some of the press. Oh, well, we're in regular season mode. You got to get the fuck out. So to me, they're still hiding a lot of stuff, trying to keep a lot of shit under wraps. Again, trying to do that pseudo Patriots thing. So I have questions. So I want to know your thoughts on that. And then let me see something, because I know my timing's a little bit off because I was streaming even though I wasn't live. All right, make sure we on point. We on the same token. All right, cool. All right, so I mean it's about 25 minutes been going live. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna open up the line here. Oh, shout out to Ricky D, man. Shout out to Ricky D. If you're not following Ricky D, shoot signs on the ground. Ricky D is a solid dude, man. Real good dude, and has a lot of very interesting perspectives and thoughts when it comes to the Texans. So let me stop bullshitting. Well, Broderick might be the one bullshitting, literally. We 78 deep, 43 likes. Hit that like button, man. Let's get these numbers up, man. Let's get these numbers up. Let the platform know that y'all actually enjoy the content. I mean, unless y'all haters, it's cool. Like, you ain't even gotta like here. You can hit the dislike button for all I give a damn if you're a hater. Just show some damn engagement. What's going on? All right, let me switch over to calling mode. I guess you would call it. That's not calling mode. Let me just put the damn number up. Hold on. Let me see something. Damn, I need to fix that. I definitely need to fix that. All right. All right, we'll do this while I'm doing that. That's the Sauceline. All right, that's the number to it. You call them shits. You want to talk? You want to spill some sauce? You want to talk Texans? You call them shits. You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna chop it up. I want to know how you feel. I know Broderick. Broderick is gonna be this Broderick from the Throne thing. That's gonna be his name. You know, they got certain people. I don't know how many of y'all still listen to radio or anything. Back a couple of years back when I used to listen to it, you know, there used to always be those regular callers, right? And the Sauce used to have some regular callers. Purple Drink, what's the motherfucking deal? You say, Eldad say, nothing to be excited for this team anymore. Got rid of my season tickets for the first time. I have zero interest. Man, I dig it. I absolutely dig it. I absolutely get it. I absolutely understand the way you feel. I absolutely do. And I'm not going to lie. At certain points, I have to get myself excited and riled up to look for the good. All right, we got a call. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in to the Sauceline this evening?
What up,
Asmel, Houston Texans talk. What's on your motherfucking mind this evening, sir?
I just want to let everyone know in the chat, Jack Easterby is the greatest thing to happen to this organization by far.
Did Jack give you some season tickets?
You might have slipped me a couple of season tickets for the following years. I just messing with y'all, man. Man, big game coming up on Saturday. I think this game is really gonna tell the story of this team. I wasn't too impressed with the Texans' performance on Saturday with Dallas. I was falling asleep in the second quarter, to be honest. I mean, I'm at the game.
Yeah.
Dallas people are weird as fuck, and they continue to be weird. I'll tell you that much. The shit they be doing is just, it's pretty questionable. You know, it's one thing for you to be looking at the cheerleaders dancing, and another thing for you to be in the stands copying with the cheerleaders moves as a man. So I'm just gonna say a little sus out there, but yeah, man. I mean, I didn't really like the performance against Dallas. I do think the defense played well enough, obviously, to push them to the top at the end of the day. Lonnie Johnson seems to be getting a little more acclimated with his safety role. We'll see how much that pays out when, you know, he's actually dealing with starters and motherfuckers that really want to embarrass you out of the field. I still think that in deep coverage, Lonnie's probably not the best. I did see a couple of times where if the team has a good quarterback, he could have even just, you know, shown glimpses of what we saw last year, which is he was often, you know, not in the right spot as a safety. And I mean, if you're the safety, you definitely need to be in the same, you know, in a good spot. So More to come with him, but I mean the front line has been shocking. I did want Brandon Dunn gone, so I'm glad that happened because I think there were better players, and I was hoping that they didn't just make him a starter just because he's been starting for the last couple of years or whatever his contract would dictate. So, but yeah, I mean the Bucks, the Texans were playing the starters. I think the Texans came out and said they wanted to play the starters up to I think either the half or third quarter. And wanted to see how that looked. I didn't like how Tyrod looked against Dallas. The play calling was super questionable. I don't know if it was a shift between the ideas that maybe as a group they were putting together in the first game against the Packers. I don't know if it's just the Packers that are just that bad. I mean, the Jets, I think, just went in there as well and kind of embarrassed the Packers. So the Packers just might not be that good of a team. And then, a lot of run plays that I just felt like, I get it. You get some linemen back that you might want to, give a couple of more snaps. I could see why you were running the ball out more, but there were some questions, especially when Mills started going in there. And I get it, you're trying to protect the rookie quarterback, whatever the case may be, but, I mean, you got to let him fling it out there, and that's the only way he's going to get true reps. And I saw a couple of drives where we were going first, second, and it was a run. It's like it wasn't even going anywhere. I'm glad that they who else did they cut? They haven't cut Hargraves yet, which I think everybody in the chat could agree that's somebody that everyone's looking forward to seeing cut.
Why y'all want to cut my man Hargraves, man?
I don't know, man. I mean, he makes the plays in practice. You hear the reports about it, but then when it comes to the game, I don't know, man. I think you often catch him doing a lot of ball watching, and most of the time when that happens, a lot of the receivers 5 steps ahead of him in the route, and then next thing you know, when he tries to make up for it, he just can't. He isn't your tallest corner either, so that doesn't benefit him at all. But we'll see. I mean, the Texans picked up a couple of corners here. I think we traded for one, and then we picked up some. So we'll see what they pan out. But one more preseason game is all we have, man. And then the regular season starts. We'll see how the Texans do. I don't know, man. I don't see this team. I don't see the players wanting to be a team that gets to the top 5 of the draft just to draft the quarterback. I think as far as the defense is concerned, they're going to do their part to fight. But just like any season, when the losses start to pile up, I think it becomes just the norm, and then you end up freaking getting as salty as everybody else when it comes to you just taking those L's, right? It just becomes a custom. That's what we saw with the Texans last year. They couldn't get out of the funk, and just when they were starting to get some type of spark, Will Fuller gets suspended. Roby gets suspended. So, anyways, man, I about the offense, I think Tim Kelly doesn't make it past half the season. I wouldn't be surprised if by week 5 Tim Kelly is fired. I strictly think that the motive for keeping Tim Kelly was to keep Deshaun happy at first, and I think they just don't really have any use for him. I don't see how our quarterback coach can't do anything that Tim Kelly does. And like I said, that first game, the play calling seemed a lot more collaborative. I saw tons of plays that I've never seen Tim Kelly call, tendencies that I've never seen him call. But then in game 2 against the Cowboys, I started to see more of what Tim Kelly usually calls, more of that Bill O'Brien bullshit. And so, we'll see what happens here in this third game in preseason, and then how that leads up to the season. But yeah, man, a lot to come with that. A lot to see what happens. I think that's really, like I said, it's going to tell how the season is going to go. I don't see this team obviously making a big splash. Even if they make it to the postseason, it'll be because, I don't know, some teams had to not play because the COVID broke down in the locker room, or they ended up sneaking out in the wild card. But, I mean, this team still has a lot to go. I mean, and one of the main things is that obviously I think the defense is going to be a lot better than it was last year. Obviously, we were ranked either 30th or 31st last year overall. So it can't get worse than that. Obviously, you can go 32nd. I doubt that they'll go 32nd. But with the defense, I think the defense is going to give the offense enough possessions to try to do something with it. I just don't know that Tyrod can carry a team for too long. And if they pull Tyrod, I definitely don't think Mills is the type of quarterback that can, push this team to make a splash in his first season, if even at all during his career. Right? He has to develop. He's not your most mobile quarterback. I think I posted a meme on Twitter when I saw him kind of get out of the pocket and go to the right. Notice that it's not Deshaun Watson. But, it's not Deshaun Watson. It's not even close. And, for a lot of people saying he was athletic and running faster than Deshaun Watson in the 40, well, that definitely didn't show against Dallas this past Saturday. He definitely will need to be protected, and if he's not, then what you'll get is what a lot of people have been saying, is another Tom Savage. Someone who, if you protect, can make the throw down the field, but if you don't get him protection and the line doesn't help him identify the blitz, it's going to be worse than when you saw Deshaun Watson struggle with the blitz. It's going to be a lot worse than that. But yeah, man, more to come. We'll definitely see what happens with the Texans. I'm like you, man. I'm just at this point. I'm just watching. There's really no expectations. It's sad that we're at this point where the Texans were again. It looks like we might be building on defense, and we are yet to have a quarterback. It feels like fucking the Spider-Man movie and Doctor Strange came back and turned the fucking hand of time, and we're back there sitting, hoping that we can get in a spot to get a quarterback for the future. It's unfortunate. Some of it obviously is based on the Texans, but I think if even if the Texans wouldn't have pissed off Sean Watson, I think they still sit in the place that they sit right now, which is the fact that they're only going to want him with these accusations.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't even try to focus too much on the shit that led to Deshaun wanting to leave here, because I think they weren't going to put up with that shit anyway. They haven't done it with any other player. Why would Deshaun be any different?
So I got a question for you.
And yeah.
So once the whole Deshaun debacle clears out, most of us feel, even though some people call him Money Mills, we ain't going to address who, most of us feel that Mills ain't it. How long will it be before the Texans get another quality or competent quarterback, a franchise quarterback?
I think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be through the draft. I think Nick will either have to trade for him. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you'll have to trade for a guy that you want. I don't think the Texans will get to the point where they have the number one overall. And even if they get in the top 5 picks, I don't think they hit on the guy that they want. We in the 2014 draft when we took Jadeveon Clowney, there really wasn't any good quarterback in that draft.
Correct.
It's unfortunate, but that's been the luck that the Texans have had. And so, for those saying 10 years, I don't think it'll take that long. But at the end of the day, do I see the Texans winning a Super Bowl in the next 10 years? Probably not. So I can see why people feel that it'll be 10 years before they have somebody to replace Deshaun. I just don't feel like you're gonna replace Deshaun. Deshaun's talent is one of a kind. Like I said, it's unfortunate that we are where we are with him, because the Texans aren't an organization that will look over something like this. Had it been the Eagles, had it been Miami, they could potentially just be like, okay, well, when the case comes up, hope you settle, or hope you win it, or whatever the case may be, and then let's get back to playing ball. The Texans, it's not the same thing, right? So, yeah, I mean, I think that if Nick Caesaro wants to make a splash at quarterback, I think eventually he's going to have to come to the realization that I need to trade for my guy. I just hope that it's not going to be somebody like Jimmy G. I hope that it's not somebody like Tua. And to be honest, even if we got Jalen Hurts for the Eagles, I don't think Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl quarterback either. It's very rare to come across a quarterback that you feel for sure that's going to get you to the Super Bowl one year or the other. And we had him, unfortunately, and it's pretty much it's a done deal, right? I don't think he'll ever play for the Texans again. It's not about Deshaun Watson at this point and what he wants to do with the Texans. I think the Texans really just don't want anything to do with him at this point. It would have to be a case where, I don't know, like the shit just comes out that he was completely sabotaged in these lawsuits. And I don't know, he never met with these chicks and there weren't any messages. But we all know, and we've seen some of these messages and we've seen some of these accusations. It didn't seem like Deshaun wasn't involved at all. In fact, I believe his lawyer said that he did have sexual relations with some of these. So, you know, I mean, there's not really much Deshaun, I think, can do in this case but wait, right? Shoot, even to the point where they're trying to put I believe a FBI investigation that they're trying to, you know, bring to a jury. You know, if it gets to that point, he could end up seeing some jail time. I mean, you know, like I said, there's only a few teams that are willing to deal with someone who's been to jail and came out, and you know, the whole story about, you know, having a comeback. There's not too many teams that are willing to take on that. The Eagles are one, I think. I think Miami's willing to do it. I think the Broncos could be desperate enough to do it as well. But it's unfortunate, man, because if a lot of things wouldn't have happened, I think we would have been in a place where we could have drafted Trey Lance, and that already seems like a good pickup for San Francisco. They're probably ready to move on from Jimmy G. And like I said, I really hope it's not the Texans who decide, oh, you know, we need a quarterback, we need one now. Let's go ahead and go for Jimmy G. Because one, his contract is high as fuck, and two, I don't think he's worth that money. And he's just not that quarterback, right? Look how much it took for them to get to the Super Bowl, and even then he wasn't able to just complete one pass for that team to win that chip. And they had so much talent on defense, and they still couldn't do it, right? So I don't think he's the right quarterback or the right fit either. But yeah, man, I mean, at this point, I'm just watching and being a fan of my team, but at the same time, you know, being a realist and understanding that we are where we are right now.
Okay. Well, that's a bit. Anything else on your mind, Mr.
That's my spell.
Right.
That was it.
All
Appreciate
it. I appreciate you calling in. You have a good one. Shout out to Mr. Asmel. This fucking shit. Couple of things, bro. Watson don't need to go to jail. It'd be a bad look for him. I don't think he's built for the system, especially with the allegations that are already levied against him. Whew, some crazy stuff. Corey Jackson, buying pussy in Texas is a felony now. So, you know, it's a very unfortunate situation. Man, I think we'll have a real good conversation in the den tonight. There's just some definite things I want to talk about. I'm ready for go. You talking about the SPM frames thing? You know, because yeah, it's there's a whole lot of different shit. I'm not saying I'm talking about the SPM in the den tonight, but yeah, I'm ready for to go there. But yeah, that's what they're saying now. You know, now it's like it's a felony now that he used. So my thing is, like, that's what I'm telling y'all. Some of y'all be out there sampling a little bit. Y'all be like, you know, baby, I pay your bills and all that. You going to jail. You going to jail for simping. You better cut that. You better cut that shit out. You better cut that shit out. You know what I'm saying? She gonna turn on you. That nigga paid my bills just to get some pussy. You going to jail. You know what I'm saying? So, oh man. No, yeah. It's so that's the thing. It's not that. I don't think selling the pussy ain't the felony. Which, anyway, whatever. Pimping ain't dead. But apparently buying pussy is a felony. This was a couple of weeks ago. I think they made that a law. So don't do it. Don't do it. If she tell you, $40, it's a setup. Don't do it, bro. Tell her you got to get it for the free. Can't pay the fee. But yeah, I think we're in a bad situation because you're thinking, prior to all of the stuff happening, you're in the season. You're like, okay, cool. We got a quarterback. We got certain decisions we need to make, and then you get this whole debacle, right? And it's like I'm kind of related to Shakarian a little bit when I talked about, Shakari, right? And I talked about humility and being humble and shit, like that, right? Second graders. Oh man, that's terrible. What's up, Voodoo? What's the motherfucking deal? But like, should have started recognizing some shit when you was all on the little thing. What was the little NFL special? Yeah, I can't tell you when I'm gonna go. Call me after the thing. And, you were doing all that shit, right? He was doing all that, all that tomfoolery, stunting and all that shit for the camera, And I know a lot of y'all follow him on social media. I think I follow him on. I don't even know if I follow him on Twitter. If he's still on Twitter, I don't even know if I follow Deshaun Watson on Instagram, honestly. But I know a lot of y'all say, on his Snapchat and all that other shit or whatever, that the dude be stunting a whole lot, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, so you telling me she just sat there and didn't compete, didn't practice? If anything, she should have really won because she had an extra month of not fully exerting herself. So if she didn't have that month, what would she have done in the Olympics? I have no excuses for Shakira. She talked all that shit. There wasn't none of that shit being talked. She's like, I'm back, bitches, and doing all that weird shit. Humility. You know what I'm saying? You can't come out there and say all this other shit and then get your ass walked on. She got moonwalked on. How you come in last? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, if it had been fourth, I'd have been like, yeah, that's what I expected. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? But to come in last and you popping all that shit, stop. You can't even comment watch it. I bet it's all kind of oils and drips and emoji shits. But I know a lot of people said, that dude just really be stunting and be doing a bunch of extra fly shit and all that shit. And, it is what it is. There's no excuses for Shakari. There's nothing that you can say that can validate, justify, or make any sense of her coming in that form. She should have been in Olympic form. She should have had an extra month to remain in Olympic form. But the thing about it is, once all these things started happening, and again, you got your camp telling you one thing, and then you got others, you got other people kind of saying something. You got to recognize where you are. And sometimes it's hard when you're in the moment to see the big picture, right? Sometimes it's hard when you're in the moment to really realize what's going on in the world around you, right? Especially if you're insulated and you got yes men around you and all that stuff. I've already told you my thoughts on the agents and all that other shit. I think he kind of got played as a pawn. You know what I'm saying? Like, people pumping his head up, but again, it's just a power move for the agent, right? Darren. But and it's like, dog, sometimes you got to look at your situation. Because here's my deal, right? The dude dropped a book about leadership and, did all these other things. And then it's like you got the deal, you dropped the book, you said all these things, and then it's like you flipped the script. Then you started being like on some different shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, absolutely, and I would agree with that. I feel like you did all these things, and I guess you had these people, like I said, in your camp. You got to look at the people who are eating off of you. Are they really looking out for your best interest? You know what I'm saying? If people are benefiting you, are they really looking out for your best interest? So, again, young man. You didn't cash the check. You didn't got the bag, all that good shit. You fucking with. You might get PJ Washington. You better be careful. You fucking with bitches that you ain't never had the level of fucking with before, and that's what I tell y'all. I've been telling y'all for a long time. Prior to PJ Washington, they said that a lot of these athletes are whack. Like a lot of these niggas ain't got no game. A lot of these niggas, like the bitch told y'all, what's her name told y'all, they're dumb, right? They're fucking dumb. Because they thinking, they dickhead, they thinking, I got this bad bitch. They buy into the media bullshit. They put these hoes, they pedestalize these hoes, and then they fall, I get a chance to fuck with this bitch, this leftover bitch that some other athlete was fucking with, but she bad to me. I never got to fuck. If that bitch wasn't fucking with you when you was, if that ain't the same type of bitch you could have pulled when you was broke, nigga, or you ain't have it like that, fuck them and duck them. Any future athletes that we may have watching, young niggas, if you can't pull them type of hoes right now without millions in vain, don't go wifing or galling these hoes up whenever you get there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're getting played. Oh, she love me, she care about, oh, she only fuck athletes because she a top-notch hoe. No, she's not a gold digger, she's a good girl. Like, dog. And again, it is what it is. You know? You probably be assaulted. You be probably causing riots on this shit, Rio, goddamn. And it is what it is, dog. Because y'all, these niggas out here just giving these broads the free bag, and that's why I don't feel bad for a lot of these dudes, dog. I don't feel bad for really any of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she wasn't down with you from high school, if she wasn't, you know, you didn't catch up with her in college. I'm not talking about like your last year of college after you was already, you know, in all the papers, you in on ESPN and all that shit when you are famous already. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's your fault. Again, not having perspective, not having a realization. Treat them how you meet them. Fuck them and duck them. And let them talk all the shit they want about you. You ain't signed that natural contract and have to deal with that bitch for the next 18 years and you paying her for a motherfucking, for nothing, for existing. And she letting somebody else raise the kid and doing God knows what, right? And so, exactly. Look. Get you something average, turn it to a savage. Put on a regimen and then go to Dr. Miami. You know what I'm saying? Then you gotta be careful now, that bitch still might leak. But again, you know, it is what it is. If niggas happy and they can't picture it, that's on them. Like I say, when shit go wrong and you ain't famous no more and all that shit, because I told y'all, right, I don't know, I'm going way off. I said I was going to mention the sauce yesterday, in the stream yesterday, and I did, but like y'all know that Dale Curry and his wife, right, Steph's mom, they're getting divorced, right? And I said that should have been recognizable since that fucking Red Table Talk, right? Like, that should have been recognizable since the Red Table. If you sat there and listened to that chick who's married to your son say all that rock is off the wall ass shit, and you nodding in agreement and all that other goofy shit with it, well, you must not be far behind, because, you know, in the internet got these old broads feeling like, oh, well, I'm still in the game. I still got a little something. She probably see little niggas making comments and shit. Oh, nigga, I knocked Steph mama off. I'm old. I throw this old pussy on one of these young niggas, and I'm going to get the bag anyway, you know. And I guarantee you, mark my motherfucking words, I think I said this yesterday, she is next. Once Steph is done, once Steph is no longer superstar in the league and all that shit, because y'all see how the bitch dressed now. She wearing lace fronts. Now, I'm not talking about his mom. I'm talking about I can't even think of the chick name, his old gal. She wearing lace fronts now, and remember she used to be able to, I don't see how these women dress like this. I'm a good Christian woman. And all that. Now she letting the cleavage hang all that, wearing short shorts and trying to model and doing all this extra shit because she want attention. And that's kind of what we're gonna talk about tonight in the den. The desperation for desire, right? And it was something I was listening to today, and it brought up some real good points, and it really made me think about some things. So for those of you who are active in the den, y'all know tonight's topic. If y'all not active in the den, I implore you, join the den. It's a different conversation. It's not for everybody. Everybody ain't built for the den, right? If you can't handle your shit, you can't talk good shit, then it might not be for you. You can't handle differing opinions, it might not be for you. But again, you know, kind of getting back to it, just it's a situation where I can't say I necessarily feel bad for the dudes. They make those decisions, right? And again, like, you know, referring to Hopkins, I don't know what new references y'all was making about him, but, you know, ain't nobody know shit about I didn't know shit about Hopkins until he got outed by Bill O'Brien. Them niggas was hating on him. You know, they got too many baby mamas. And they got baby mama, what? And they apparently kept it playing until, you know, otherwise. Well, the only thing I knew about that nigga, he was fucking with, what's her name? What was the chick's name? The white girl with the ass. I don't know her name. Iggy, yeah. Yeah, so other than that, I ain't know. I was kind of wondering about him. I'm like, oh, this nigga's it's real fashionable. He wears some very interesting clothes. I was starting to worry about the nigga till I heard about that. And then, like I said, they out him and they got baby mamas and all that other shit. So, and that's my thing, man. Like, it's just like, bro, these athletes got to learn. Like, you are famous, dog. You better, again, y'all, these women don't do nothing but come up on you. Who was the chick? The chick made a name for being a bopper. The Phoenix Suns chick. She got ran through. And fucking, I don't want to know nothing about no home moves and none of that shit. Terrible. She got ran through and became famous. So if a bopper can come famous off, you think these other chicks ain't trying to secure a bag on you? You know what I'm saying? You think these other chicks ain't trying to lock you down, have that permanent paycheck, at least for 18 years, and then some? You know what I'm saying? So, niggas better figure it out, bro. Niggas better definitely figure it out. To get to the Den, I don't think the link to the thing. Just go to denshowlive.com because I usually use just like a simple URL if it's not on the channel. Denshowlive.com, it'll take you to the channel to get there. But like I said, we go from like 9 to 11. Who is Selena Powell? I don't even know who that is. Is that the one that even if I say it was the one, I still don't know. Like, so I just be saying shit. From Splendor, already living in Oklahoma. Be careful out there. But hit it big at the casino. D-Hop equal future. The toxicity. Yes. Terrible. Y'all are all terrible. That's why I fuck with y'all. That's why I fuck with Sauce Nation. Y'all terrible. Y'all are all bad people like me. But y'all are good bad people. Not like the bad people. The good bad people. But, like I said, so as we get ready to wind down here, it's about that time. And I'm going over a little bit because I fucking was streaming, even though nobody was watching, because I didn't click the fucking blue button. It is what it is. So, look, y'all see what y'all trying to put hop. No, I ain't even finna say y'all ain't finna try to harden my boy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't trying to harden my bad. You harden my boy, man. Like what happened to SPM. And I remember that SPM thing, right? And I know this is so off, but this is damn near the end conversation. When I first heard about it, I was like, man, this disgusting. This nigga can rap. I used to fuck with SPM, you know what I'm saying? All this. And then I'm like, this nigga's terrible. Then when I kind of heard, the other side of the story and kind of how it came about, you're almost like, you know what? It's kind of understandable, right? But then what a bunch of people say is, well, even if that was the case, she's young, she has young conversation. Y'all realize that fucking there are lots of grown legal age women that have teenager ass conversation, because that's where we're at in society today, unfortunately. And I'm not validating none of this, bro. Even R. Kelly said, "Show me some ID," even though he wasn't following. He was R. Kelly was checking ID to make sure you wasn't over the age. He was on some other shit. But it's like, nah, you gotta do your double duty. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta protect yourself. If you got any kind of relative fame, you have to protect yourself. Whether you entertainer, or athlete, shit. If you got a decent following on Instagram, you got, because the motherfuckers think, these chicks nowadays think followers is the bag. Cause remember when old gal at Deshaun Whitford, when she left, what his name, Murray or whatever? I remember there was women in there. Oh, he lost. You got more followers than he do. Like, bitch, this nigga's the multi-millionaire. Like, this is the multi-millionaire, and y'all talking about that you got the bag because you have more followers than he. Like, the new modern woman's logic is, well, y'all, but this ain't the Den. We'll be in the Den shortly. 9 o'clock. It'll be a very intriguing conversation. And so, it is what it is. I don't know, like, from the way I hear it, right? From the way I hear it, it's like, okay, because I don't follow Watson on the social medias, And like I said, I know people talk about flex. Like, to me, it sounds like when watching me on social media, he be acting like a nigga that ain't never had shit. You know what I'm saying? And then Hop, you know, he kind of act more like a nigga that's been there. You know what I'm saying? He just kind of do his thing a little bit. He's got an eclectic taste, I guess you could say. But there's that. But here's the deal, man. Again, I appreciate y'all, man. Like I tell you, if y'all not getting the notifications, y'all pull up to the sauce at 7 p.m., right? And we gonna rock. Like, I don't care if I'm barely getting in, like, unless I just send up, hey, there's no sauce there, it's gonna be super late. The Den and the sauce intertwined. Man, I'm trying to tell you, like, if the sauce, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if everybody's built for the Den. Like, there's people who's built for the sauce because we're talking sports, right? But you know, the Den conversation gets real. You know what I'm saying? And there's people who some people cannot handle differing opinions. You know what I mean? And so some people get mad and don't want to come back to the Den and can't quite handle it. Or I think when we're talking levels of toxicity, I think the Den is more toxic than the sauce, right? Because in the sauce, we got we're on a unified front because we're all hoping for the same thing. In the Den, it's every man for himself, or every woman for themselves. It's every you on your own. The Den is more cliquish too. I'll definitely say that the Den is more cliquish. There's some little cliques in the Den, and there'll be little small factions going to war low key if you ain't paying attention. You say those people have a bedtime. Yeah, the Den is for the grown ups. The kids, they're not gonna understand it. Y'all not gonna understand it. You definitely gotta have some life experience to really understand the Den. I think if you ain't never really lived life, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't never really lived life, the Den might not be for you. If you're a youngster, you still got some shit to learn. It's a good place to learn something if you sit back. There's a couple of youngsters that still learn some shit at the Den. But let me anyway. The Den is definitely for criminals. Voila. But it's gonna be super. I'm telling y'all tonight. Just fuck with your boy Honcho tonight. It's going to be a good time. But let me get it set up. So let me slide out of here. I appreciate y'all again, and I mean it. It is my honor. It is my privilege. It is my pleasure to get to chop it up with y'all, man, because I fucks with y'all, whether we agree, whether we disagree, you know, whatever it may be. I appreciate y'all for being here. Shout out to the Roundtable. Hopefully we can all get together for the preseason game, because it's been a minute since we got the round going, and that's on me because, like I said, I be coming in late, and so I be kind of sending out late notifications. So those of you who've been asking what a round table is, it's been on me because, like I said, I've been tardy to class. Okay, but if you're curious, slide it in because it's gonna go down tonight. It's gonna definitely go down. I'm gonna get that bitch fired up tonight, and I will make sure that the deadline is cracking. Plus, we watch a lot of crazy shit. We laugh at a lot of shit, and it's a bunch of weird woke shit we be talking about too. But with that being said, I'm trying to produce. Y'all make sure you hit that like button on the way out. If you didn't hit it on your way in, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. But most of all, y'all stay saucy. And for those of you who are asking, thenshowlive.com. Y'all stay saucy, and I'm out.